These are all really fantastic research topics, right? And so we're hoping that the more we learn about this by studying astronauts in space can help people back here on Earth, you know, that suffer from osteoporosis. All right,
Was there
great
another
job,
group?
guys. What?
Was there one more group?
Here's the Morse Cat virtual.
Oh, so we have yours to, is it up here?
James said it was all like the episode.
And food's on the way, kids? All right,
There's more stuff. Is that it?
these?
That's her music therapy.
Yeah, that's them, yeah.
Music and its application.
Yeah, that whole list from Martian habitat now.
Oh, all of them.
Hi, my name is Nicole Quintero in Mr. Wolczewski's ICE class, and my project is on habitat architecture on Mars. I'm planning on designing a livable and functional, comfortable house for the astronauts to live in for the rest of their lives on Mars. Right now, I'm just trying to find a design that is suitable for all of their needs to make sure that they're not too compact, but at the same time have it be a functional environment for them to work in. This is my design. This is what I have so far. It's a basic model. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do a circular house or a square house, but basically I need to have a mechanical room, a comm room, and an office, which is the basics I was planning to do, and I wanted to model for a colony of 6 people. Thank you.
Just want to say something. My name is Mr. Wolczewski. These are my students that you're seeing. And if you notice, I've been running around the room and giving people business cards because most of these people are single individuals, and you know that today's problems are not going to be solved by single individuals. They're going to be solved by teams. So I'm looking to recruit. If you're working on a similar project that you can, I spoke to you, that you can work together as a team. With the internet and Google Drive and the platform, we're going to figure out ways for you guys to do that. So if I gave you a card, definitely email these people, watch for their names and their projects. And if I didn't, but there's an overlap, reach out to me, get my card, and reach out to them. Thank you.
And Rich, I think they will have access so they can go back and look at all the other students that presented and get their contact information.
Yep. And I also have them on my YouTube site too, so all these presentations. Okay, who gets this? All right, thank you, Charlie.
My name's Sean, and I'm in Mr. Wolczewski's design and research class. I'm researching how music affects mood, and it relates to astronauts because astronauts have feelings, and it's important that they don't become like depressed or angry or feelings as such while in space. So, yeah.
Is he working with like psychoacoustics? I don't know much about psychoacoustics. I know about music theory.
Hi, my name is Wilson Liu, and I'm part of Mr. Wolczewski's design research class in Morrison High School. I'll be researching about how to put less stress on rover motors. So, in the near future, there'll be more people on Mars. They'll start transporting things, and they'll be using rovers or some sort of ground vehicle to move all their stuff around. So, once more and more weight gets added to the rovers, those motors won't be able to handle the stress. So how do we alleviate that stress? So here we have something called torque converter on cars, which is a coupling system, a fluid coupling system that slowly engages the engine and makes the car move. So if we can have that sort of part on a rover, it can help alleviate stress by, for example, let's say it's on a hill, right? It's trying to go up and there's a lot of weight on it. By slowly engaging the motors, it's putting less stress on the motor so it doesn't overheat. You don't have to constantly repair them. And yeah, cool.
Oh, I think I already did, didn't I?
I'm gonna be on the hundred.
Alright, so what number was that? That was 9. Perfect.
My name is Allison Lamberg from Mr. Wilczewski's design and research class. I'm doing research right now into the psychology of how they can stay so isolated, how the astronauts can stay so isolated for such a long amount of time going to Mars and staying there, and how to not really go too crazy with all the people that they're going to be with in such a small area, and kind of figure out the factors that are contributing to this maybe mental illness, and try to get them out, get the factors out.
I don't know if this is the next one. Instantaneous trip.
My name is Peter Clifford, and this is Mr. Wilczewski's design and research class at Morrison High School. My current research is on wormhole generation, which is basically that you have 2 points in space that are connected by a bridge, and that will allow basically instantaneous travel between any 2 points, almost regardless of the distance between them. This has startling implications for anything from logistics, colonization, basically anything you can think of. This solves it. So if I can figure out how it works and how you can actually generate a wormhole with what we have today, or maybe in the future, it'll cause a fundamental shift in how we travel, both on planets and in space. The current wormhole I'm researching is the Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is based off black holes. So I'm working with Connor Long, who is researching black holes himself.
Yes. I'm researching black holes, like you mentioned, and more specifically, supermassive black holes. And I want to see if wormholes and black holes are related. So, yeah.
Character roles, mental health.
My name is Evan Nunes, and I'm here at Mr. Wilczewski's design research class. And basically, I'm researching how, like, movie actors, like, when they are, like, in roles that are, the character is, like, has, like, some mental, like, instability and issues, how it impacts the actual actor that's, like, getting into character, and how it affects their mental state, like, after filming. And, like, this can, like, relate to, like, the mental challenges that astronauts go through when they are, like, isolated and, like, are just, like, in certain situations that astronauts would go through, and how it would, like, affect them, and how, I guess, you can try to, like, prevent that. Yeah.
Alright, radiation resistant spacesuit design.
Hi, my name is Mickey Kaur, and I am in Mr. Wilczewski's design and research class. And my project is about spacesuits saving people's lives. It's pretty much how, like, I want to build, like, a spacesuit that helps against their radiation. So if they have contact with the sun or anything out of the atmosphere of Earth, they're safe in a spacesuit and they'll be able to move around and interact. Especially if like an astronaut goes to Mars, he or she has the ability to move around, be flexible with their spacesuit, and like go to their mission and do what they're supposed to do for that mission.
Hi, my name is Brianna Cabo, and I take part in Mr. Wachowski's Design and Research course at the Morristown High School. My specific research would be biometric tracking systems. So I wanted to create a device that not only would track the astronauts' location, but also their vitals. If an astronaut gets lost in space, normally there would be no rescuing them, and then we have to inform the parents or the families of their loss. I wanted to find a way to somehow save or preserve them. Now, it would be a waste to track a dead body and retrieve a dead body because it's too much. It's too much gas and we can't really afford it. So by using a biometric tracking system, I'd be able to tell whether or not the host is alive and if we can get to them before they pass. I wanted to find a way to save these people and bring them home.
Okay, music and applications to health.
Hi, I'm Anthony Kraft from Mr. Wilczewski's Design and Research class.
I'm Oscar Caps from Mr. Wilczewski's Design and Research class, and we are investigating music and its effects on people's mood, their anxiety levels, and how that could correlate with depression.
We'd like to see if maybe we could send musicians to Mars or something like that, so we can see what specific types of music would affect the astronauts' stress level.
We would also like to see how it would, certain types of music would impact performance, reduce levels of anxiety and stress, and see if that would correlate with alleviating severe depression, and also looking into music's effects on Alzheimer's disease. And that could benefit Mars, but that could also benefit people here on Earth. I think it would benefit people greatly who are living in isolation to be able to have reduced levels of anxiety, stress, and all those things so that they can be at their peak performance.
Yeah, I guess.
When they say different types of music, do they mean genres or do they mean like modes, meter, stuff like that?
My name is Dennis Oswald. I'm taking design and research, and my topic was about how good habits impact life and how to start a business using good topics, and how this topic connects with Mars. So astronauts need good habits when they're on Mars. If they have bad habits, bad things could happen. And on Mars, if you don't have any good habits, like, you could do a lot of mistakes. These they're like called stone habits. So like you do them and they don't feel like habits. That's basically a summary of my topic.
My name is Julio Wiggins. I'm Beth Menendez. And our research topic is we're researching how cartoons like / comic books they affect the children's mind, and like how like we can help children on Mars who are like isolated in their homes all day because of the radiation outside. And we're trying to see like how like if we made a cartoon with a character that was going through the same thing as the child was, how would that have a positive effect on that child's mentality?
It would be to help them cope with their isolation in space because there's limited stuff to do. You can't really go outside as much as you can on Earth, so it just help them take their mind off that, help them.
Spacesuit design.
Hi, I'm Lakshya. I'm
currently enrolled in design and research with Mr. Wojcicki, and my research is on the risk that humans will face with the prolonged exposure to radiation, either in the spacecraft or on their way to Mars. And right now, space radiation plays the biggest key factor in looking for the health of astronauts. And what I found with space radiation is that it can lead to cancer when astronauts are prolonged exposure in space radiation, cellular and psychological, effects. It damages them at a cellular level, which is also very risky in this case. And everything ties in even Mars, because Mars is known for its space radiation with this lack of magnetic field, which is, in the end, NASA really has a lot of precautions with looking at an astronaut. So what I found was looking into this is that they're looking to build a heavily shielded area in the spacecraft and later designs, which then so then you have astronauts like either in the lunar module could be like heavily shielded or other parts in the spacecraft. So then it would delay this exposure to radiation. And also with their diet, if you have vitamin B, A, or C, these are called antioxidants, which is also a way to help them limit the exposure to space radiation. So I'm going to look into the spacesuits as well, see what I can do to tweak them up a little bit, make them stronger and material-wise, make them efficient for astronauts, and then make them also safer for them.